Hi-ho, everybody. Needs to be here with my weekly update. As I stated before, I'm going to go to monthly weigh-ins, so I have no numbers for you today, but I'm doing good, feeling great. It is August the 11th, and this is week 56. So, going to start with a funny story. I just got out of work and was leaving the underground parking, and the little thing that you drive over to unlock or to open the door wouldn't work. So like I drove over and backed up and drove over and backed up, and I did this about 4 times, and then I just thought piss on it. Was about to get out to go hit the button to get it to open, and one of the guys from work came on, said, hollers, you know, I'll do it, right? He says, you know what this means, Denise? You're losing too much weight. You can't even get the door to open anymore when you drive over it. So that's kind of funny. Anyways, a couple of weeks ago I mentioned the fact that I was going to be getting my annual blood work done. I didn't get it done that week, but I did get it done last week and forgot to talk about it. But I'm very happy to report that everything came back right smack dab in the middle of what normal is for everything. So all of my chemistries, my B12s, vitamin Ds, my iron. My iron had been a little low at the 3-month checkup, so I was really pleased about that. And I've gotten a referral for a bone density to be done, but I don't have a date for that yet. So whenever I do get that done and get the results, I will fill you in. But yay! I'm as healthy as a horse. What else? Oh, notice this new bracelet I am sporting. It came in the mail yesterday. Okay, so there's one. This is number 2. I don't know if you can see it. This camera screws with me. Okay, number 2. And this is number 3. And you'll notice that they have the little clasps on the end, and that is because those are all bracelets that I can attach to my Medic Alert bracelets, so tags. So I got them from a site online, ordered them from the States, I can't remember where they are at, called Lauren's Hope, and I heard a couple of other people talk about them, but you know, I was looking here for different bracelets in different places. Most of them are uglier than sin, and I wouldn't want to wear them. Oh, the other thing I bought a set, so like the pink leather braided one, and the silver one, and this pink dog tag on a chain, so in case you don't want to wear a bracelet, all came as a set, and I think it was like, I can't remember, like maybe about $130 or $40 for all 3 of them, including one tag. The tag for the bracelets, right? And then in addition to that, I ordered this one just because it was colorful and fun, and I liked it. So I ordered it about 2 weeks ago, and it came yesterday in the mail. So I'll put the link, like I said, in the sidebar here for anybody who's interested. Any of the ones that I saw in jewelry stores that I would actually have considered wearing were like $250, $300 here, gold ones, or silver ones I think were about $160, $180, but there was no way in hell I was going to pay that for something so ugly. Most of these, if you buy just a single one, a lot of them are in the $50 to $60 range at this website. And her daughter, I don't know if her daughter still is living or not, but the founder of this site had a daughter, I believe, who was a diabetic, and so she started making bracelets for her, and it's now turned into this booming business. And they have some beautiful things. They're like watches and necklaces, and all, for everything from young kids to grown-ups, male, female. So check it out, because it's really cool, and they have beautiful, beautiful stuff there. So I was very excited about that. I was hoping I would get it before I go to Mexico. All right. So that's most of what I wanted to talk about, and I'm going to try to talk really fast because I had a really interesting conversation with my dad this past weekend. It has nothing to do with weight loss surgery, but I thought it was a very good example of just sort of how the mores of society have changed over the years and how people think differently. So Dad, of course, turned 80 a couple of weeks ago, so he's of that generation. I will soon be 47. My nephew is 20. He'll be 21 at the end of this year. So those are the sort of the generational scans or span that we're talking about. So this is how the story goes. When I was in my early 20s, I was living up here in Regina and had gotten an apartment by myself because the cousin I had been living with left the city. And it was really expensive. Now at the time I had a very tight group of friends, me, 2 girlfriends of mine, and there was about 6 guys that we partied and hung out together constantly in all of our time off from work or school. And so at one point, 3 of the guys, all of whom are also from back home, so mom and dad know them well, know their parents, they're all right from the small community where I grew up, we're moving into a 3-bedroom townhouse. And they said to me, because we were talking about how expensive it was to live alone and stuff, they said, hey, we got 3 bedrooms, why don't you move in here? One of them said, I'll move my stuff downstairs, make that my room. There was a basement in this townhouse. It was a 3-story main level upstairs and basement. And you can have my bedroom and move in with us, and it'll be cheaper for all of us. So I thought this was a fantastic idea, and I called out home. And so I was about 20, the age that my nephew is now. And Mom says to me, geez, I don't know if that's a good idea. Dad's not going to like that very much. And I said, why? And they said, well, what will people say? A single girl moving in with 3 guys. And, oh, just a minute. Excuse me. I said, you'll know that there's nothing going on between us. You know, the guy's parents all know that there's nothing going on between us, so who the hell cares what anybody else thinks? And Mom says, well, whatever, it's up to you. You do what you want to do, but you know, Dad's not going to like this very much. And so, whatever. As it turned out, another friend of mine moved up, and her and I got an apartment together. But when I called home and told Mom that, Mom says, again, and Dad laughed because he says, I don't remember saying any of that. Mom says, well, Dad will be really happy because it just doesn't look good for a single girl to live with 3 guys. So fast forward to the mid-90s, right? So that was the early 80s. My brother, younger brother, was living in the city, working out of town most of the time, and had an apartment with some guys. His girlfriend, who is now his wife, moved up to the city to work. And so really 99% of the time he was there. So about a month before Christmas, they decided to move in together, and they got an apartment. And I said to him, before we went home for Christmas, I said, you need to tell Mom and Dad that you've moved in with Franny, because I'm not going to tell them this, because I was always the one that was breaking news to my parents for him if he thought that they might not like it so much. So he said, yeah, I'll tell him. So Christmas comes and it goes, and it's a couple of days later, and they're heading back up to the city here, and I pull him aside and I said, you need to tell Mom and Dad where you're living. I'm not telling them. He said, yeah, okay. So literally he has the truck started, parked beside the truck. Franny is in there. Everything is loaded in it. He's standing with the door open, 1 foot in the porch, 1 foot on the front step, and he looks up to Mom and Dad and says, oh, by the way, Franny and I moved in together last month. Closes the door and he leaves. And I'm, after about an hour they agreed, it didn't make sense for him to be paying rent somewhere where he wasn't, and they were getting married that summer, I guess they were engaged, I think. I don't know. But anyways, we knew they were probably going to end up getting married. So they were upset for about an hour, settled into it, and they were okay with that. Fast forward to a couple of weekends ago, and my parents are up at the cabin. My sister-in-law, Franny's family, are all camping at one of the campsites, lakes there. And my nephew, who, as I said, is 20, comes up to the cabin with his girlfriend, and they're going to stay with Mom and Dad at the cabin. And Mom mentions the fact that she says, well, I had to ask Franny, do they need to sleep in separate bedrooms, or will they sleep together? What do I tell them when they come in, right? So there you have it, how far in, 25 years approximately, thinking has changed, where it wasn't okay for me as a single girl to live with 3 guys, even though none of us were even dating, to asking if they should offer a bedroom shared between my nephew and his girlfriend. And they're planning to move in together this fall anyways, but I just thought it was kind of interesting and a little entertaining. That's the end of my story. I hope that you guys are all having a wonderful week. I hope that you have a great weekend, and I hope that you make a great day. Bye.